time I've ever been in a position where people looked at me as if they were confused when I knew what was going on. I'm just like, that's insulting. Y'all don't even understand how insulting that is. But I digress. It was one of those things I just kind of got used to, that when we were in a group scenario, that what I said was going to be ignored. What point I might have pointed out, somebody else was going to repeat it, and the professor was going to point out that they were the original sayer of the statement. It's just, one of those things. But it's okay. Because at the end of the day, it taught me that not everybody's going to, be there patting you on the back when you do something great. Sometimes you have to pat your own self on the back. Sometimes you have to be your own encouragement. And, and sometimes you have to understand and realize that every battle ain't your battle to fight. And figure out what battles are worth it and what battles are just like, okay, this is just stressing me out more than anything. And I think that's one of the things that medical school truly taught me, is that not every battle was worth me fighting, but the big ones I definitely jumped on. So, some of them, sometimes I said something, sometimes I didn't. But, it just, you know how it is. But it was something that definitely bothered me, and not a hierarchy where I feel the need to, for lack of a better word, kiss your butt, because so that you can start listening to my opinions in study groups and in workshops and other environments. That's just not who I am, and it's not what I'm going to do. And some of the other Black students found it easier, to do that, and it wasn't me. So I found myself alone, and that ends up being probably one of the biggest hindrances when you're in medical school, is putting yourself in a place where you're isolated. But sometimes the isolation isn't always intentional. And in that case, it wasn't intentional. It was just that I didn't feel like I had anybody there that really understood me. And by the time I got to medical school and I saw that I was in a place where somebody did understand me, my mind was already halfway out the door. Like, I eventually, second time around, came across some classmates that, if I felt like they would have been there when I first got into medical school, it would have been a much different story. But those ladies were able to show me something different and allow me to open my mind to something different. And they came into my life at the right time. They were there for a season, and they were there for that moment to teach me the importance of getting more women that were passionate about medicine to that space, especially Black women. And they showed me what big of a difference Black women in this space could make. And it was truly beautiful to see, and it's so much different when you don't have to explain something is already understood. So I definitely feel for my Black students that sit in a space where your classmates don't always get it, and they don't always understand the little comments that they make and the little things that they say are things we have heard for years and aren't compliments,